Hello, what is up everybody? We got the Red Dragon Archfiend updated profile. It feels so good to finally showcase this deck again. I've taken a long break and I don't even think it qualifies as a break because I barely even started to begin with. But anyway, we're going to hop straight into this Red Dragon Archfiend deck profile. I know the structure deck is going to be coming out later this year and I'm so excited for all the new support. I'm so excited. Maybe another Dark Dragon Synchro comes out. We're really hoping so, but I can't wait for that structure deck, and I'll be doing another deck profile once that structure deck comes out, because you know I love this deck so much. I'm always going to update it. I'm going to give you some combos. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little deck profile. I'm going to come in. I'm going to do a combo. I'm going to do another combo, and then maybe I'll do a separate video with some test hands or something. I think that sounds pretty good. Anyway, let's get straight into it. We're starting off with the very heart and soul of the whole deck. We've got 3 copies of that Crimson Resonator. Crimson Resonator, best card in the whole deck. You want as many ways to Crimson Resonator as possible. Get Crimson Resonator in any level 4, and you're probably going to be doing something decent. Crimson Resonator is the absolute heart and soul. Next, 1 copy of Red Resonator. I see a lot of people playing multiple copies of this. I don't really see the point. 1 copy because it's really good to summon off Crimson Resonator, and sometimes if you draw Red Resonator with a level 4, it can be good, but generally it's not that good. You know, if you don't get access to Crimson Resonator in the first turn and you instead get access to a Red Resonator, you maybe end on like 1 negate, unless you draw really good. Maybe end on 1 supernova, and in either case you kind of just lose to a kaiju or something like that, or you just lose to one board breaker thing. You're just gonna lose. That's why I choose to only play 1, because if I just draw a Red Resonator in another level 4, I've probably lost anyway. I don't think there's much point playing multiple copies of them. Next, got the 1 Creation Resonator, necessary for the combo. Comes back from graveyard to hand. Great card. Non-once per turn, special summon. It's great. Could even search it off Witch because it's summoning condition. It's great. Next, we got 3 copies of Synchron Resonator. This is a brilliant extender, and you want to draw extenders to let the combo go on. Synchron Resonator, not only can you special summon it if you've got a Synchro monster on the field, you can also, when it goes to the graveyard, add a Resonator card back to hand. Most often, you use that to bring back your Creation Resonator. I can't pull it out, it's stuck in there. But the Creation Resonator, you bring back the Creation Resonator to your hand, special summon it again, because that's non-once per turn. Special summon is brilliant. Next, 2 copies of Chain Resonator. Not only is it a really good small world bridge, but when you normal summon it while Synchro Monster's on the field, you can summon a Resonator from the deck. Now, this is so good because there's been a few cases where my Crimson Resonator gets ashed or veilered or something like that. And so, if you haven't used your normal summon yet and you can normal summon the Chain Resonator, you get to summon out your Creation Resonator as well, and then you just get to essentially continue with your combo or end on some amount of board through interruption, and it's really good. Plus, if you get into the Ascator Dawnwalker package, which I'll show later, you'll make an 8, and then you can normal summon the Chain Resonator, effect, summon out Crimson Resonator from deck, so it's pretty good. It's another way to get to Crimson Resonator, and then you synchro into Abyss, and then you use your Crimson Resonator's effect to summon 2 Resonators from the deck. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Next, we have got 3 copies of Witch of the Black Forest, an excellent combo piece, because when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you get to add 1 monster with 1500 or less defense from deck to hand, but you can't activate cards, the effects cards with that name for the rest of the turn. Now, that may seem like a drawback, but with Witch of the Black Forest, cards that have a summoning condition, you're still able to summon out. So that goes straight into our next card, which is 3 copies of Wandering King Wildwind. It's another level 4 extender, and it's really good. And if you control a Fiend type tuner with 1500 or less attack, you can special summon it from your hand. Now, since that is a summoning condition, Witch of the Black Forest does not stop that from happening. So this allows you to get those multiple level 4s in your combo. by drawing Witch of the Black Forest, which is incredible. Plus, on the next turn, you can banish it from your graveyard to search, follow up like another Resonator. Next, we run one copy of Luna the Dark Spirit. There's a cat. Anyway, Luna the Dark Spirit allows you to must be special summoned by banishing a dark monster from the graveyard. But once again, this is a summoning condition, so we can use Witch of the Black Forest. Oh. Oi, no, come on, shoo, yeah, no, okay, no, that's, right, I will now continue with the profile. This will make sense later, why I include these: one copy of Black Dragon Collapse Serpent and one copy of White Dragon Wyverburster. Obviously, the black banishes a light monster from the graveyard to summon itself, and the white banishes a dark monster from the graveyard to summon itself. And when they go to the graveyard, you can search each other out. Great, it's if you get into one of them while something's in the graveyard, you get 2 level 4s. It essentially allows you to do your full combo without seeing Witch of the Black Forest. It's great, and it will make a bit more sense later on in the profile why I am including these. 2 copies of Sakitama. It's just a free level 4 extender. It's just another level 4. Sometimes you get interrupted, sometimes you just don't draw a level 4, and so it's just another free level 4 extender. Next, we play 3 copies of Ascator Dawnwalker and the 1 Fire and Ascator. This is a level 8 Synchro engine. Because you activate Ascator Dawnwalker, you discard a card from your hand, and then you can summon out the Fire and Ascator from the deck, and then you can just Synchro into a Synchro 8. Now, originally, I was playing in this space, Gamma and Driver. I was playing the Gamma Driver package. And to be honest, the deck's always going to struggle with consistency, but I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference of whether you replace these with hand traps. It might sacrifice a little bit of consistency, though. So you've got that option. You can replace these with hand traps, but this gets you into an easy Synchro 8. Or you could even replace it with the Assault Mode Activate Psy-Reflector engine. However, that engine does require a lot more deck space, which is why I didn't really want to play it. Speaking of hand traps, I've tried to stick to light hand traps, but realistically you could probably play different ones. We got 3 copies of Ghost Ogre. I think it is decent, this format. It can be used in response to stop the super heavy samurai. It can sort of stop their pendulum summon by stopping one of the dudes. Not only that, it can also be used in response to an Appaloosa to easily out an Appaloosa, so that's pretty decent. 2 copies of Effect Veiler, pretty decent hand trap this format. Again, it's a light, and that will make sense in 1 second. And 1 copy of Droll and Lockbird, simply because Droll and Lock, well, Effect Veiler too, but Droll and Lock can be searched off the effect of Witch of the Black Forest. And so if you set up a good 3+ interruption board, and then you get to search a Droll and Lockbird on top of that, that's like a lock plus interruption, and so it can actually create a really strong board. Plus, worst case, if you just draw the Droll and Lock, it's a pretty good hand trap against some of these decks. Now I'm going to move on to the spells. First, we got triple Chaos Space. Now this, generally, you will be using this to search out your Black Dragon Collapse Serpent or White Dragon Wyverburst. So this is why we play so many light hand traps, because we wanted to up the number of lights in the deck, so we can send a light off Chaos Space, search a Collapse Serpent, and then that's pretty much, if you get that in a Crimson Resonator, that's like full combo right there. That's brilliant stuff. Next, we've got 3 copies of Resonator Call. It just add a Resonator from deck to hand. It's just handy. It's just good. It's brilliant, in fact. It's great. Helps you get into any Resonator. It's very simple. Next, Small World. In this deck, you can get from almost anything to anything else through Small World. It's a brilliant search. It helps you get into that Crimson Resonator. If you draw a Crimson Resonator, and oh no, you don't have a level 4 in hand, you can Small World to get out maybe a Witch of the Black Forest and just go full combo. It's brilliant. Next, got the 1 Call by the Grave. Of course, you've got to have that hand trap protection. You need protection against those hand traps. You need to do what you got to do. And Call by the Grave is very, very good at stopping things like Ash, Veiler. It doesn't stop Imperm. It doesn't stop Nibiru, but not every card can be perfect. Anyway, so we got Samsara, Dragon of Rebirth. It's alright, sometimes you might brick and only be able to summon out of 5, so you summon that and then it summons something from the graveyard when it gets destroyed, so it can be good to kind of stall until you draw a little bit better. But also, I mainly use it sort of turn 2 onwards, being able to synchro climb. It's very handy. And yeah, and then next, I mean, if Crimson Resonator was the heart and soul of the main deck, the heart and soul of the extra deck is Red Rising Dragon. A level 6, this is why we play so many level 4s to go with our level 2s. It's a level 6 synchro. You use a Fiend Tuner and a non-tuner, and you synchro it, and it special summons, non once per turn by the way, it special summons a Resonator card straight back from the graveyard, and that's what fits the conditions to allow you to use your Crimson Resonator's effects. It allows you to continue comboing and shit. Yeah, I know my words. Next, Void Ogre Dragon. Kind of situational. If you've got no cards in your hand, you can negate a spell trap, essentially. Kind of situational. You don't always end on it. It's a lot easier to end on an additional Void Ogre Dragon if you are playing the Assault Mode Activate Star Reflector package, because it needs a Dark Tuner. Now, Ascator Dawnwalker and Fire Ant Ascator aren't dark, so that's a bit of an issue there. Now, getting into the Red Dragon Archfiend cards. Now, it is a bit of a shame that this deck locks you into Dark Dragon Synchros, so the extra deck, except for one card, it's pretty much entirely Dark Dragon Synchros. But I think you can do pretty good. First, we got the one Red Dragon Archfiend. Now, Red Dragon Archfiend, a lot of people don't play it. I think it's actually pretty good because, I mean, they did just ban Lightning Storm, but stuff like Lightning Storm, people have been putting their cards and their boards in defense for a while, and not everybody does it, but very situationally, if they put something in defense, you can just summon out the Red Dragon Archfiend, attack and destroy all their defense position monsters, and it's essentially a board wipe. So that's pretty good. I think it's pretty useful. Plus, if you play Book of Eclipse, I play Book of Eclipse in the side deck. It's good against quite a few decent decks at the moment. You set something face down, and then you can just destroy it using Red Dragon Archfiend, or if you set the whole board, you can destroy it with that Red Dragon Archfiend. Pretty sick. Next, we got 2 copies of Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. Allows you to destroy all special summon monsters with less than or equal to this card's attack, so that's 3,000. So all special summon monsters on the field, less than 3,000 attack, destroy all them. Pretty much all your Red Dragon Archfiends have above, all your bigger Red Dragon Archfiends will have above that, so you don't need to worry about losing your cards. Plus, you get to burn your opponent 500 for every single one. That's so good in time. It's really good stuff. Then, we've got 2 copies of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. That's an Omni Negate for any card on the field, any card that's face up on the field. Really good, solid piece of interruption. Next, we are playing the 1 copy of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. Allows you to tribute a card, reborn a Red Dragon Archfiend monster from the graveyard. It's so handy. You can use it to bring back out stuff like Abyss and Scarlight that has already been in the grave, and then with Scarlight do a board wipe, with Abyss get a negate. It's very versatile, very good. Next, we got the new card, the new combo piece, the new piece of interruption. The reason why we play so many cards at Banish is Bestial Dispater. Now, this card, not only does it have beautiful artwork, I really do love the artwork of Dispater, but it allows you to get another piece of interruption. It allows you to extend your combos by summoning back a Banish card from the graveyard. I'll show later on, but you've got a very, very consistent combo. I think most of my end boards when I'm playing are ending on Dispater, Supernova, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. And next we got King Calamity. Now when this card's summoned for the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate cards and their effects, and your opponent cannot respond to that card's activation. So it's really good. As soon as it looks like you got a game on board, you summon that guy out, and boom, they can't Nibiru you, they can't use any traps, can't do anything like that. You've just got a game on board. It's awesome. Now, on the other end, a lot of people really try to use Burning Soul Synchro Call to summon this out on the opponent's turn. I think that's a great idea. That's really good in theory, but I don't think you want to be playing that in your main deck. Put it in your side. Put your 3 Synchro Call, put your 3 Burning Soul, put that all in the side. And then, if you can summon out the King Calamity sort of game 2, boom. You've just won another game. It's brilliant. And I don't think there's any deck that can really just play through King Calamity. I mean, actually, never mind. Trap decks. Trap decks probably won't have a problem playing through King Calamity. But, you know, that's how it is. Then we got Red Supernova Dragon. This is the big, big boss. The big boy. The big hunking, big, just big guy. Gains 500 attack for every tuner in your graveyard. Plus, can't be destroyed by card effects, which is great. You can banish it from your field until the end phase in order to banish all cards your opponent controls, but that can only be done in response to either A, a monster effect, or B, an attack. If they use a spell, if they Book of Moon, you're kind of screwed. If they Imperm, you're screwed. It's, you know, it's one of those things. But overall, very good boss monster, and some decks don't really know how to out it, don't know how to deal with it. And finally, just for the second turn, the Satellite Warrior is so good. You will very often be left with a 9 or an 8 on field going into the second turn, and then all you need is a level 2 or level 1 tuner, which you could search or banishing like a Wildwind or something, synchro into that Satellite Warrior, and then you're always going to be able to pop a decent amount of cards and then get a huge attack monster. And so it's really good. It's obviously not a good card turn 1 because you need to pop. Because there's nothing you can pop, your opponent's got nothing to pop. Plus, it's the only non-Dark Dragon Synchro monster we actually play in the deck currently. So, yeah, I guess I'm just going to move on to the combo. See you there. First up, we're going to go with the classic combo. Just Crimson Resonator and Witch of the Black Forest. Thanks to the new stuff, though, this can also be done with Crimson Resonator and any Light or Dark and Chaos space. Because then you can search out one of the dragons, dragon search out the other. Anyway, I'll show how this very basic combo works. Activate Crimson Resonator, special summon itself. Oh, Witch is going rogue. Normal summon Witch of the Black Forest, use for a synchro into Red Rising Dragon. I'll put Red Rising Dragon up here. The effect of Red Rising Dragon, well, first, Chainlink 1 will always be Witch of the Black Forest, and then Chainlink 2 will be Red Rising Dragon. So, resolving the chain, we'll summon out the Crimson Resonator, and then we'll use the effect of Witch of the Black Forest to search out our Wandering King Wildwind. Next, I'm going to activate the effect of Crimson Resonator. This will summon out a Synchron Resonator and a Creation Resonator from the deck. We are then going to special summon Wandering King Wildwind. We are going to use the Wildwind and the Crimson Resonator for a second copy of Red Rising Dragon. You're going to use the effect of Red Rising Dragon. We're going to bring back another Crimson Resonator. I'm then going to be using all the Resonators and a Red Rising Dragon. Go into... where is it? The Red Supernova Dragon. And then the effect of Synchron Resonator in the graveyard is going to activate to return the Creation Resonator to hand. We can then special summon the Creation Resonator, use Red Rising Dragon and the Creation Resonator, go into the hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Now this is an Omni-Negate of anything on field, and this is a board banish. So that's a pretty solid board. Now I'm going to show you a little spicier version of the combo if you happen to draw just one extender. Okay, and before I start, I want to say apologies. I was throwing cards about for the last combo tutorial. I'll try not to do it this time. I'm leaning over a huge setup right now, and I'm just trying to place cards, trying to do things, and I'm getting a little bit clumsy with it. Anyway, this is just, if you happen to draw a Synchron Resonator extra, keep in mind this could be a Resonator card, this could be a Small World, this could be anything, this could be a Creation Resonator even, and you just change what you summon off to Crimson Resonator. So, we are going to activate Crimson Resonator's effect, special summon itself, and then we are going to normal summon the Witch of the Black Forest. Very similar to last time. We are going to Synchro into the Red Rising Dragon. I'll put that there. Chainlink 1, Witch of the Black Forest. Chainlink 2, Red Rising Dragon. We're going to summon back the Crimson Resonator. We're going to use the effect of Witch of the Black Forest. And we are going to search. Now this is where it gets a little bit different, a little bit crazy. We're going to search Luna, the Dark Spirit. We are now going to use the effect of Crimson Resonator. We are going to summon out, wherever they may be, another Creation Resonator and another Synchron Resonator. Now this is where the combo gets a little bit crazy. We are going to Synchro using the Red Rising Dragon and the Creation Resonator, cat hair, into a hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss straight away. And then we are going to Synchro using the Synchron and the Abyss into the new Bestial Dissipator. I usually will put it up here. And the effect of Synchron Resonator is going to activate. We're going to return Creation Resonator to the hand. We are now going to special summon Luna the Dark Spirit by banishing... Oh, unless we lose all our cards. By banishing the... I'll put it on here. By banishing the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. And then we are going to... And we can do that because it's a summoning condition. I'm being so silly. So then we're going to go into the second Red Rising. Effect once again is going to be bringing back the Crimson Resonator. And then we are going to special summon our Synchron Resonator from the hand. We are going to Synchro into the Red Supernova Dragon. And then we are going to use the effect of Bestial Dissipator. We are going to summon the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Now, yeah, there's somewhat of an issue here. Not really. So, this does end on the Omni Negate, the board banish, but because we don't actually have any cards banished at the minute, our Dissipator isn't actually live. It hypothetically should be made live, so it should be able to get a negate after we've used our Red Supernova to banish something off the opponent's board, or if our opponent banishes anything, then we get the negate, but we don't even get the pop because we don't have anything banished at the minute. However, normally we will do, because, for example, if instead of the Witch of the Black Forest, we could do the exact same thing. If you start off with Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, and then you just use the White Dragon Wyver Burster to banish the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, that does the exact same thing. Plus, that ends up with an extra one banished. If you use Small World, then you've got ones banished that you can shuffle in. There's a lot of ways to end up with extra cards banished, so that should not be an issue. Thank you so much for watching the video. I don't know how to work a camera, but thank you for watching the video. I should be making a bit more content, and I should also be streaming live on Twitch. So if you could do a little like, do a little subscribe, do all that little shenanigans, do all that, and thank you. And you know what? If you don't want to do that, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't need to check out the Twitch. You don't need to subscribe, but you can do. I'd like it, but you don't have to. I'm cool like that. But let's say you did. That would be pretty cool. But actually, let's say you didn't. That would also be fine. But I can't remember where I was going with this. I was about to say something. Oh yeah, I'll be doing a test hand video soon, probably. I need to edit this video. I don't know how long this is going to take. I might already be streaming. I know I should be doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So, have fun. Use this deck list. With great power. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Have a nice day. And happy June.